Good day, TNT. Good day, Caribbean. Good day, Latin America. Good day, rest of the world. Redman here with you again. Welcome, family, welcome. Oh, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Maybe good morning, depending on when you're watching me from. And for the regular subscribers, regular viewers, welcome back, family. And for the new viewers, new subscribers, glad to have you, family. Glad to have you. Anyway, I have a juicy one for you today. Something Miss Kamla herself hope you forget about. And Barry Padarath. The man who feel he's an artist. He feel he could sing. Well, Mr. Padarath, how come you sing when police call you in 2020? When the police call you for an investigation, how come you sing? You sing on the plane? When you and that woman and your daughter take off and gone to Miami, gone to Florida? We could talk about that one. Mr. Paradis and Padarath talking about that. But first and foremost, it's a blessed day. Every day the Lord Father gives us a blessed day. Good, bad, or indifferent, this is a blessed day. So take a second out your day and make sure you give the Lord Father thanks. Show some gratitude. All right, family. Let me talk. Hold on, I forget something. I'll go be back with you in a second. Hold on there. All right, family, I'm back with you. I forget something, I was out here reading and doing some research and thing. Well, you already know. And my favorite coffee there, Musun, M-U-S-U-N. Love this coffee, Family. Let me bring all your clothes for this one, Real close. I want Miss Kamla to see my pretty eyes when I'm talking. And Miss Kamla, you go look in the red man pretty eyes today. Because I have some questions, Miss Kamla. 130 something $1,000 question. We'll get to that. No. Barry Paradis and Padarath gone to the Hyatt Fete and make a ass of himself. Jump up on the stage and thing and grabbing microphone and calling out Jaylene John, the Klingon herself, who was accused of corruption last administration. We go get into that. I already talk about that one, but you go hear why it all tie in. Now, she was investigated for corruption. And magically, during this administration, all that gone. Moni Lal was investigated for money laundering, fraud, conflict of interest, and others, totaling billions of dollars. That gone too. Now let me talk about Paradis and Padarath. You listening? Good. All right, family, I have your attention. Pay attention. During his last administration, during Kamla's last administration, he was her personal advisor and aide. Personal advisor. He had agreed upon salary during that time, between 2011 and 2018, around so, give or take, of $20,500 a month. $18,000 salary and $2,500 travel expense a month. Hear this one. Mr. Padarath and Padarath was issuing money to an individual he called a woman dear to him, a housewife with a company, a woman dear to him, pay attention. $700,000 was issued in March. I believe it was March or so. Around that 20, I think around 2013 or something like that. Somewhere around there. I had dates and things all in my head. Anyway. But let me stick with the numbers. $700,000 right away from his own personal account from RBC. $700,000, from RBC account, from his RBC account. Subsequently, almost 20 contracts were issued to this woman. And the money that was received, that $700,000, the first money that was received, went towards insurance investments and her own personal account. Subsequent deposits, the police found, were in excess of $3 million TT into her own personal account. A woman dear to him, a housewife, triggering a money laundering investigation. Further on, the investigation ceased, I believe, around they pick up around 2018 or so, 2018 and 2020. Stick around with me. During that time, they found that over $15 million TT your dollars was issued to this woman. Bus going by there, I can't do nothing about it. 20 contracts from education to agriculture. When it came time for bidding, contract bidding, no other companies were allowed to bid. All the contracts went straight to she. No work was done. Nothing to show for the investment. And during that time, Padarath and Padarath received, within 3 years, he received over $160,000 in deposits into his own personal account from this company. Over that, them are saying how much? That launched a fraud and money laundering investigation into Padarath and Padarath. And when they start checking out his official agreed upon remuneration, monthly remuneration, they found that the discrepancy was so vast, it warranted a money laundering investigation. Let me repeat. Money laundering, fraud investigation. In her own personal account, she had over $3 million TT. That's what it's telling you. That was given to her by the government of Trinidad and Tobago, which Padarath and Padarath stole from the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Both of them were being investigated for fraud and money laundering. and the companies that they had set up so they could launder the money back to their own private accounts. In 2020, the government, the police, wanted her to come in to talk. They wanted to talk with her about the finances. In 2020, she up and take off and gone to Florida. Up and leave. Along with the money. And guess who follow? Padarath and Padarath and his daughter. Me bring any child into this. You see out of that. Padarath and Padarath. He up and take off and gone to Florida too. During the investigation. And only returned in 2020. Right when he is supposed to secure his seat. For which borough? Princess Town. Only return in time to win the seat in Princess Town. Putting a halt to the investigation in 2020. Meanwhile, while all of that was going on, $135,800 was deposited by Padarath and Padarath into Miss Kamla's own private account. She claimed that was for official business, as her duties and part of her job as the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. That was for official duties. But the investigation shows that that money was put on to, the money that she claimed was spent on her government-issued credit card. Now they're going to say, well, she take the money to pay it off. No. When they issue a government credit card to a prime minister or head of state or something like that, anything classified as official duties and put on that card, don't pay by them. You have to pay that. That is your expense. Because they are doing this job representing you. So that money was paid by the taxpayers. And when they ask her about the $135,000, she had no answer. When they asked Padarath and Padarath what that money was for, me I know. But it was official. He had no answer for the $15 million laundered into his relative's account. It's a relative, a woman dear to him. Money from her account was put into his own personal account. When they do an investigation and the amount of money he makes in a month, it far exceeds his agreed upon remuneration. Way in excess of that. So not only was he getting money from she, but Kamla and the government was laundering money into his account. Remind me. What the Klingon was what was the Klingon accused of and investigated for? Money laundering. Fraud. What about Munilal? What about Munilal? And who is the head of all of that? Who spent $500,000 worth of your money in roti? who spent $17 million traveling to India. He was her own personal advisor and aide during her last administration. He is now the Public Utilities Minister, who just fired 40,000 people. 40,000. Miss Kamala, Miss Nusari, you feel people are forget. I'm not a young man, you know, but my memory is short, and I just do my research. I tell you, you can't expect anything other than corruption from a corrupt government. While them they're talking about carnival and all this thing going on, they hiding this from all you. A former banker, head of the bank in Trinidad and Tobago, come out and outline the financial future for Trinidad and Tobago, and it's exactly as I said. Devastation, complete collapse. That billion dollar bond that they take out from the World Bank, they don't have the ability to pay it back. The S&P is downgrading Trinidad and Tobago, making it almost impossible to get any future loans. They are depleting the HSF. They're taking one credit card to pay our next one, and them ain't paying either. While they're taking your money and giving it to their family. So when the time comes, they up and take off. Remember the song Panama? Remember Panama? Now with that Panama, I'm going, you know. I tell you, it was Miami. I tell you. And every last one of them on the take. Every one. Why you think Kamala does not want to do an audit? This is why. Because if I could find that out here, in my short pants, my short pants jersey and my slippers, sitting here in my yard in Central America, may have a belt for my pants, I have a string there tying up my pants. With my little 5-cent cigar. My inexpensive coffee. And I sitting here in my humble house that don't even have running water inside my house. And I could find that. I could find that. You tell me Kamala and them can't find it? You tell me that? No, they can't find it. They don't want to find it. Remind me one thing. All that government funding that was supposed to go to the boroughs, that people are saying the government is cutting funding to all P&M boroughs and doubling the budget for UNC boroughs. Which two get the largest budget? Which two? Kamala Burrows and, say it with me, Princess Tong. And who holding the seat for Princess Tong? Paradise and Padarath. Nothing to see here. Soba's favorite word, conjecture. It's conjecture. Soba's your blasted lighthouse here. Conjecture. The bat signal itself, conjecture. Cling on to, conjecture. She get accused of corruption and money laundering and fraud. 3-2. Over $175 million. The Klingon, Jelly John. But the praise chief for the Hyatt Fete. Because people dotish to pay over $5,000 for a blasted ticket to a Fete. $5,000. I'll tell you, blasted mind. Ain't no flipping Fete with that kind of money. That. And Paradise and Padarath want to jump up on the stage and wind up and get on bad and sing soca and thing. Alright. Well, go make a ass of yourself to try and hide the fact that all Ole is criminal. But unlike all your party, the red man memory is short. Remember that. The red man memory not short. And my mouth hot too, you know. I will tell all my Trinbagonian brothers and sisters exactly how much all your teeth are. And what corruption all they're trying to hide. I will figure it out. And I will let them know. Right, Miss Nusari? It's okay, you can send the Black Hulk for me. You can send him for me. I don't care. Because he can't get the gamma shot and thing here. So me ain't worry. And where I am, madam, you can't shut me up. You can't shut me up in Trinbago either. Because according to the Constitution, I have a right to speak my mind. That is my right as a Trinbago. And where I am, madam, I have the right to speak my mind too. So nothing I am saying is illegal. Nothing I am saying can be misconstrued as sedition. No matter how you want to try and spin it. I've committed no wrong. But you and your government cannot say the same. I tell everybody, you're packing your pocket. No, madam, show me a wrong. Prove the red man wrong. Call for an audit. I challenge you. Audit. Every UNC member. Every appointed official in Parliament. Every publicly appointed office. Right down to the police themselves. Audit. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Well, fam, it's a short one for you today, eh? I have some things to do today. So, I had to go into tongue there, so all kind of thing. But remember, don't fall for the illusion. Everything is an illusion. It's an illusion to create a delusion to divide. Because they know together we aspire. Together we achieve. But divided we fall. And the illusion is that you're different. The illusion is that every Trinbagonian is different. Indian Trini different. Negro Trini different. Light-skinned Trini different. Red man different. Chinese different. It had no difference. It had no race. Just Trinbagonian. Just Trinbagonian. That is all it is. Because in our national anthem it states, here every creed and race find an equal place. It had no race, just Trinbagonian. Remember that. The illusion is that you're different. That is the illusion they use to create the delusion in order to divide you. They want you fighting your brother and sister. So you don't pay attention to the corruption and the wickedness going on in the background. That is what it is. Remember, they go tell everybody a different lie. Put everybody in a different pen. Put the same tag in everybody's ears. And lead all our way to the same blasted slaughterhouse. They don't care. Hold on. Our next bus there soon. But anyway, come together. If all you do talk up, you're going to lose everything. Everything. How much all you can't get work? Bills coming up, you can't pay your bill. Your children need thing and thing for school, they can't get. You have to go to work. You're working hard. You come home stinking and thing. You ain't have food to go to work with. And when you come home, you're lucky if you can get some dal and rice. Or tomato choke and roti or something. You're lucky. And when you go to eat your food, you take a little bit so. Because you'd rather your wife and children have food. How much are you doing that? You feel them struggling? You feel them squinting and scraping? You feel them like all you? That's what they want to tell all you. We just like you. Them nothing like you. And you will never be one of them. They might put one or two of all you there to give you the illusion that there's a chance for you. You will never be one of them. And you don't want to be one of them. Because what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Love your brother and sister as you love yourself. All of these Trinbagonian that make we brother and sister. Love each other as you love yourself. A house divided cannot stand. But a people united will never be broken. So, God bless all your family. God guide all you. God keep all you safe. Lord Father, grant all your love, strength, and compassion. Love one another. So till the next time, Take it easy, Dread.